Hi, my name is Jamie, and I wanted to talk to you today about why I'm standing in front of the bookshelf. As a culture, a lot of the times we don't consider what our vocabularies mean and how they can benefit us. Henry Hazlitt, an author, once said that a man with a scant vocabulary will almost certainly be a weak thinker. Now, I don't know of anyone that wants to be considered a weak thinker or wants their children to be considered weak thinkers. I have always loved books ever since I was a little girl, and I've also researched the many ways in which we can benefit from reading. With what I share with you today, I hope that one day you can have a better vocabulary, improve your empathy, and relieve your stress. So you may ask, why do we need books? Knowledge of things and knowledge of the words for them grow together. If you do not know the words, you can hardly know the thing. What Henry Hazlitt meant by that was that you can never really experience the world fully until you know how to describe the world. Lack of empathy is a big problem in our world today. We have a record high rate of divorce. We have parents and children fighting, even sending each other to jail, and we also have problems at work with our coworkers and our bosses. We also have a link to literacy and crime. It says that from the Department of Justice says that 70% of American inmates actually cannot read above a 4th grade level. A 4th grade level! These are adults that can't read past that point. Stress is also a major part of our modern life. We go through our modern day with waking up in the morning, checking our phones, checking out work on our phones, emails. We go to work, we go to school, we have children that have activities and we take them to their activities and then come home, have dinner really quickly, watch some TV, and then go to bed. So you have very little time during the day where you're just sitting down and relaxing. But all of these problems can be solved by immersing ourselves into a different world. Reading can expand your vocabulary. The Institute of Education actually states that children who read early on in life benefit greatly later in life. We strive for our children to be better than ourselves, so what better way to show them by example, by sitting down and reading with them or just reading by ourselves. Reading can also help you develop compassion or empathy. We place ourselves in someone else's shoes when we read. So we think about their ideas, their beliefs, and how they got there to that point. By doing this, we have a greater emotional intelligence. So we can relate to others in our real lives, with our spouses, with our children, with our bosses and our coworkers, which can actually make us more successful, which can bring us greater money, greater happiness all around. Reading can reduce our stress in many ways, but a couple of the ways are to join a book club. So you're out there with a group of people sitting down and just reading for an extended amount of time. So you have that social aspect where you're with other people, but you're also in a group of people that are like-minded. You also have the opportunity to read in a distraction-free setting. So no phones, nothing. We just sit down and read. Imagine the various ways that you can transform your mind just from reading. Think about what it would be like to come home after a hard day of work, sit down on the couch with a glass of wine, and let everything just melt away. So you have your book, your glass of wine, and you're in this completely different world. So all your troubles and everything that you've had in that day is gone. Think about being more capable of helping your children with their homework assignments, vocabulary lists, English assignments, even math assignments. Sometimes can be easier when you have a greater vocabulary. Even that crossword puzzle that you tried maybe 3 months ago or so is easier now that you've been reading every day. You can know what that word means and relate it to other words. The first step, though, is to just sit down and read, read, read. We are all bombarded every day with lists, we're stressed, and we're losing our ability to imagine a different world. But when you read, we form new ideas, we gain a better understanding of the world, and relieve our own stress. Thomas Carlyle, another author, said that the best effect of any book is that it excites the reader to self-activity. So let that self-activity spur you on to make a trip to the library today, get a book card, which is free, and sit down at the library and read. Take a few home with you. You can always bring them back in a couple of weeks, or you can head to the bookstore. The bookstore is very comfortable. They have big comfy chairs. You can get a coffee there and sit down and read your favorite book or find another one. You don't have to leave there without one though. You can also spend 30 to 45 minutes a day, if you can, just sitting down without distraction, turning off your cell phone, the TV, maybe after the kids go to bed, and really immerse yourself in that different world. One day you may lose your hearing and you may lose your sight, but if you've exposed your imagination to several lifetimes worth of books, then you will have that imagination working the entire time. You don't need to see, you don't need to hear. You'll be entertained and you will be free. So, go pick up yourself a book. I've got lots to share. Thanks. Bye.